Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Friday, October 4th, 2024. Did you do the crossword?
I did do the crossword.
And was it a fabulous Friday?
It was a fabulous Friday.
Good? Any troubles?
No troubles.
Okay. So you must have done a different Friday crossword than I did.
Actually, the bottom right corner took me a while.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
But the rest of it, I just kept, plugging along and eventually got everything filled out.
So I'm going to guess that you knew 34 Down high-end skincare brand Aesop.
No, I did not.
Oh, okay. You just must be smart then, because I had problems in that area.
Oh.
And then I had a dreaded spelling mistake.
Uh-oh.
I never know, less forward, 12 down, how to spell Shire. And I wanted to spell it S-H-Y-E-R.
I started with a Y there.
And I asked my class, and about half of them wanted to go with a Y, and half of them wanted to go with an I. So apparently it's one of those mysterious words. Anyway, 17 across I did not know. That was one time home of the world's largest pineapple plantation.
Yes.
NAAN. Spelled L-A-N-A-I, if you do it correctly.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Was that any relation to the Dole plantation?
Well, I will let you know a little while later.
I see. Okay. All right. I may have stumbled across a Fun Fact Friday topic.
Maybe.
By mistake. All right. But anyway, so I was obsessing with Aesop, and even after I got Aesop, because I didn't, 33 across was, it has an alumni magazine called Shipmate in brief. It was USNA,
right,
which I'm going to assume is United States Naval Academy.
That is correct.
And so I wasn't sure about that. I thought, maybe it's Naval University, USNU, which I thought would be sort of a cool acronym. And then 40 across was downstate ? And I thought, well, maybe it's Bluey, B-L-U-E-Y, or maybe it's Blued, B-L-U-E-D. I wasn't sure what to make of it. Turns out it was blues.
Right. Yes.
I guess that makes. I wanted it to be an adjective. So, so anyway, so I wasn't sure about Aesop. And after I got Aesop, I still wasn't sure about Aesop. And then I'm like, oh, this is hopeless. And then I was just like standing up and I took a hard look at Lene and I thought, I bet you don't spell that with a Y. I bet you spell that with an I. And then I got it.
All right.
So I spent, I'm not sure how much time looking for a problem with Aesop when the problem was with Lene and Shire.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
So any other clues that you found particularly interesting?
Oh, I thought the whole puzzle was quite interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some things I don't think I've ever seen in a crossword, like 16 across, place to conceal oneself, hidey hole.
Hidey hole?
And I don't know, I don't know if that's a debut or not, but I don't recall ever seeing that.
It has, just to answer that, it appeared a total of 3 times. First in 2015, then 2023, and today.
Oh, okay. So it's been a while.
Yeah, but and 3 times, not much.
Hidey hole.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked 24 across. Inscrutable sorts. Enigmas.
Yes.
So I thought that was a great clue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And, there were some kind of, funny ones, well, not funny, but tricky ones. You had to know some foreign languages, like 35 across. Pennsylvania. I'm not sure that's pronounced, but
probably Pennsylvania. Let's see.
Pennsylvania.
So it's French.
Yes, and so the answer was État for state.
État. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably.
And then also we had one on the other side of the page. It looks like once for one, but it's actually once for one, and that answer to that was numero. Once being Spanish for 11. So
I see. See, I was thinking it was sort of a play on the word typo, and that they had misspelled once as one or one as once because there was an extra C there. And so I decided you can have a typo, and this is a special kind of typo when you misspell a number. So it was a numero.
No, it's Spanish. So
boy, that really takes the wind out of my sails.
And then another kind of funny one, 59 across in the buff on natural.
Oh, natural.
Yes.
And I misspelled that. I had natural.
Oh.
And so I had for 56 down, Liu regarded as China's first supermodel. I had it as Wan.
Oh, no.
And I was a little bit suspicious of Wan.
Yeah.
But it turned out to be Wen.
Wen, yes. And that last one, that really was a puzzler for me for a long time, 62 across. Demo for many parents of alphas. I mean, that's just such a cryptic clue. Demo for many parents of alphas. So I'm like, okay, are they talking like about alpha males, or what are they talking about? Well, the answer was Geny, which I pronounced genie.
No, but of course it's Gen Y.
It's Gen Y.
Yes.
And demo was
demographics.
short for demographics.
Yep.
Which I thought was extremely unusual because I used to do research with demographic variables, and we never called them demos.
Well, that's because you're a trained professional. But so what are the alphas? That's just a different generation?
Demographic for many parents of alphas. Well, I guess it's people being born now, because Gen Y, those would have been like right before the millennials. So
I just don't remember.
Alphas would maybe be in their teens now. I don't know.
I don't even know what an alpha is, other than the first letter of the Greek alphabet.
You know, there's the baby boomers, and then there's Gen X, Gen Y,
Gen Z.
Millennials. Are those also called Gen Z? I'm not sure. But then I guess alpha is the newest generation. So they're parents of alphas. So.
Oh, so this is the alpha generation?
I guess.
Oh, okay.
That was my take on it.
I'm waiting for the Ouroboros generation. It sort of circles around on itself. But I had no trouble or little trouble in that area.
Well, that's good.
Because I got 57 down, apt letters missing from blank, IPPER blank. And that was sly because it was slippery.
Right.
Thought that was cute.
And I love 53 across once I got it. Things that might get broken at a raucous party. Noise loss.
Yes. Yeah, that was nice.
Very funny.
No. Let's see, what else? 21 down. I struggled again with spelling. Cleared up after waiting, perhaps. And I thought it was going to be bust, but I wanted to spell it with two S's. I always want to spell bust with two S's. And this looks to me like bused, or bused, but it is, I guess, bust with just one S.
I guess so.
That's always a surprise to me. 32 across, common suspect in a murder mystery. Well, without even looking at the grid, I thought it has to be Butler, but it was only 4 letters.
Right.
And I decided that it was going to be, for some reason, based on what I was doing, I decided that peon would fit. And then,
Peon.
right. And then I decided, because I felt confident about the first 2 letters, H-E, and I thought, help. The help did it.
Oh.
But it turned out to be the air,
That's right.
which H-E-I-R, just to be clear. And that makes a lot more sense.
Yep.
We had 40 down. That was self-serving arrangement, buffet.
Yes.
That was nice.
Right.
Oh, and 11 down. Long lunch, Italian hero.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yep.
I struggled with 8 down. Certain romantic ideal. I had dream, and I went for dreamboat.
Well, I put in dreamboat first.
Oh, okay. How long did you keep dreamboat in there?
Well, not too long.
Good.
Because 29 across, initialism that precedes plus sign. And I knew that was the LGBTQ, but I couldn't remember the rest of it. So I knew that it had to be a G. So I thought, well, it's either a dream girl or I was thinking there was another thing it could be with a G. But anyway, I finally just put in girl, and that was right. Dream girl.
Mm-hmm.
And the 29 across the official initialism is LGBTQIA.
Yes.
So
Where let's see, IA stands for intersex and asexual.
okay, what's Q stand for? Oh, that's queer.
It's either queer or questioning.
Oh, okay.
So lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer or questioning, intersex, and asexual.
All right.
I think that acronym is just out of control.
Well, it just keeps getting longer.
I think they should just stick with the LGBTQ plus. But I shouldn't say that because I don't want to offend anyone of any particular domain. But it is rather lengthy. It's sort of like, come on, now it's a a couple of years it's going to be like a paragraph long.
Yeah.
Think about
as people get older and their mind, it makes it hard to remember. It's like, oh, what were those last?
Yeah, that'll
letters?
be a test for memory loss. And I think about the cost of if you were a member of the LGBTQIA organizing committee and you had to print out the posters and so forth, it's getting more and more expensive as the acronym gets longer and longer. So I think they need to. I think they just need to pick 3 letters. There are 3 favorite letters. They should just agree on it.
Well,
but
they have to be inclusive.
They would have. Well, maybe they should just go for INC, the inclusivity group.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see if there's anything else. 48 across was This Is Heaven. And I went for Elysia. I was pretty pleased with that. But Elysia.
What's that?
It's another word for Eden.
Oh.
So and so I thought, ooh, it's Elysia. That's pretty good for a Friday. But it was bliss.
That's right.
So a little bit more
yes.
straightforward there.
Yes.
So all right. Well, one last one. 5 across, tablet that's impossible to swallow. iPad.
I got that right away.
Yeah. I was I got the top part pretty quickly and I thought, oh, this is going to be easy.
Yes, I got quite a bit at the top part, which is so unusual because I've been saying the bottom's always a lot easier for me. But this one, it turned out the top wasn't too bad. So.
But then I ran into some brick walls and it's just like, wait, what happened to easy?
Well, easy and Friday don't always mix.
So, all right. Well, let's see. This was by Zhouqin Bernickel. It is her 80th crossword for the New York Times crossword. So she's very prolific. And
wow.
That's it for the crossword. But it is Friday, which means it's time for Fun Fact Friday. Do you have a fun fact for a Fun Fact Friday?
I do have a fun fact.
Oh, good.
And it involves today's puzzle, as you alluded, 17 across, being the one-time home of the world's largest pineapple plantation.
Yes.
And it is on the island of Lanai, however that is pronounced.
Okay.
It is actually the entire island of Lanai. And it was acquired by one James Drummond Dole, who was known as the Pineapple King. And I thought I'd just give you a few little fun facts about him and then about the company.
Okay.
Okay. He got his degree in agriculture from Yale University. I didn't know Yale actually had a degree in ag, but they did back then. And he eventually got he got like a $50 check for his graduation, and he somehow increased that to $16,000, moved to Hawaii, and invested in some land actually on the island of Oahu near Honolulu to build a plantation. And his plantation grew, and then he constructed a cannery in the town of Waihiawa. And his popularity of the product, his canned pineapple, was much greater than he ever expected. And finally, in 1907, he started purchasing magazine advertisements to promote his canned pineapples. And he developed the first nationwide consumer ad campaign in the United States, and he was successful. Demand for Hawaiian pineapple grew even more. Because of that, then he invested in technology, and there was a new machine that could peel and core 35 pineapples every minute.
Wow.
So he had employed thousands of people to work on this plantation, but with the technology, he was able to do it with much fewer people.
So he basically fired all his staff.
No,
okay, great.
No, not really. But he was inspired by the 1927 Lindbergh flight across the Atlantic. And so he created a contest. You'll enjoy this as a pilot. He created a contest to see if anyone could fly or how fast they could fly from Hawaii to the mainland. And he offered a first prize of $25,000 to fly from Oakland, California to Honolulu, and $10,000 for second place. Those were won by the only two airplanes to survive the flight.
Great.
10 other people tried, but
died?
They died, yes, in their attempts.
So this guy's like a mass murderer as well as a manufacturer of pineapple.
No, what it did was it opened up the air travel business to Hawaii, and Dole quickly developed the contacts necessary to put a stranglehold on that commercial sector.
If most of the pilots died, it's hard to, stranglehold makes sense, I guess, but...
But anyway, so he was quite successful, but let's get to Lanai here. He purchased this Hawaiian island of Lanai, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but anyway, for $1.1 million to expand his Hawaii pineapple company. Some 20,000 acres were allocated to pineapple plantations, along with a village to house more than 3,000 employees and their families.
And their robots, yeah.
Workers woke up before dawn 6 days a week to meet the enormous demands, planting up to 10,000 pineapple crowns a day. For nearly 70 years, Dole's company supplied more than 75% of the world's pineapples, becoming one of the most recognized brands in the world. Planting, weeding, harvesting, and packing, all that had to be done by hand due to the pineapple's unique shape and delicate nature. But as we said, eventually he got a better machine to do it. Mm-hmm. Okay, one other thing, he was a very innovative man. I mean, he wanted to get some sort of fast transportation, so he has the contest to see who can fly his pineapples out. Well, in 1925, he sponsored a nationwide pineapple recipe contest. More than 60,000 people participated, and do you know what the winner was?
It was a pizza with pineapple on it.
No, it was the infamous pineapple upside down cake. The world's first was crowned the winner, securing a place for canned pineapple in every American pantry.
Wow.
I just thought that was so amazing. So not only, does he grow all these pineapples, he figures out fast ways to get them to the mainland, and then he gets people, figures out a way that people can use them so that they will continue to buy them. So, and the aforementioned plantation you mentioned was on the island of Oahu, and now it is a tourist destination, and we did once visit it. And I am going to give you a little trivia question. Do you remember the name of the singing group that they kept playing the music on? There's a 2-mile train ride you can take through this plantation, and they played some music, and it was by a group that drove you crazy, as I recall. But you bought the CD at the gift shop anyway.
The Rainbow Warriors.
No.
I do not know. Manoa
DNA was the name of the group.
Yep.
And we had those Hawaiian songs going in my car when we had our kids were much younger then.
I was.
We played them over and over again.
I finally drove that out of my memory, so I'd like to thank you for bringing it back in.
Manoa DNA.
Great.
So if you go to Oahu, You can go to the Dole plantation, take the train ride, listen to Manoa DNA, and know that James Dole was a very innovative entrepreneur.
And then fly over to Linnaean and pick a few cans directly off of the pineapple tree.
Right.
I'm not sure if it works that way or not, but all right. Well, that is it for today. Thank you for that interesting fun fact.
It's okay.
Actually, fun facts. Really, that was plural.
Yes.
I think we're having a sale on facts here. And that is it for today. Thanks, everyone, for listening. We will be back again with our cutting-edge analysis of tomorrow's crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.